I am running out of tea. I need to make a restock like ASAP. But I'm very picky where I get my tea. Like I only like to source the best. So, and where I go, I got to take a little bit of a trip. So I'm going to restock on my tea soon time. But bless up everybody. You don't know I am Heinz, and today in hindsight, today was a rough day. I swear sometimes emotions can be just so overwhelming. Sometimes emotions can be annoying. It's like, why I gotta feel so much in a day? But today was rough. And first off, I just want to forgive self, for any negative patterns we may have in our mind, anything that had a domino effect and maybe created negative actions. I want to forgive myself today. And if you want to forgive yourself, let's just take a moment quickly before we tune in today, and let's just honor ourselves and forgive ourselves, because we can be very hard on ourselves, can't we? Very hard on ourselves for like the littlest of things or big things. And we have to keep ourselves accountable, but at the same time, we gotta show ourselves love. We can't be too hard on ourselves. We can't beat ourselves up. And today I really beat myself up for just some of the tiniest little things ever. So I'm just going to forgive self for a moment. If you need to tune in with me in this forgiveness, please join me. Let's forgive ourselves for any negative patterns we may have in our mind that may have had a negative domino effect in our actions. And let's remember our true essence, who we are, and the beauty that we hold. A lot of us are going to be growing immensely over this next year. Immensely. And we're going to have to become comfortable with making others uncomfortable with our growth. You understand? Because we're going to be growing, because we're going to be tuning in, because we're going to be shedding layers of ourselves. It's going to be revealing. People are going to see what happens when you shed layers. What happens when a snake sheds its layers? We're not snakes though. You could see the layers, right? People are going to see us grow. And sometimes the people closest to us will become uncomfortable with that growth because they may not understand where the growth is coming from, but they may feel insecure because they may feel we may not need them anymore. And that's not the case. We may not need them for certain things because we're outgrowing the things we may depend on. We're outgrowing our space. But this will make people feel uncomfortable, and it can bring hate into our lives. It can bring jealousy into our lives. It can bring insecurities into our lives. But we're growing. You understand? We're truly growing over this next year. The last video we were talking about preparing for the new year, recognizing how special we are, how unique we are, and really embracing that, like really saying like, yo, I'm special. I'm unique. I'm gonna be hard pressing this topic. We are special. We are unique. We need to be able to look ourselves directly in the eye and be like, yo, I'm gifted. You understand? Because each one of us has a special gift coded into our DNA. I believe that. Our growth is something to honor. Sometimes it may feel like we're degressing. Right? Sometimes it may feel like we're taking steps backwards. Sometimes it may feel like we're not as in tune as we used to be, or we're not as healthy as we used to be. We're not as disciplined as we used to be. But sometimes we degress a little bit just to make a massive leap forward, right? To progress, right? Sometimes we degress to progress, right? We're not in it for the perfection. We're in it for the progression. You understand? And as we're growing, as we're moving and elevating out the space that we're in, and people become uncomfortable, we just need to honor how they feel. Understand it has nothing to do with us, but an insecurity with them. A fear that they may lose us. A fear that we may not need them, right? And when others aren't happy for our growth, what happens with us? We get mad. You understand? We get angry. We're like, they don't like us. They hate us. But that's not it. You understand? We need to have compassion, right? Because true compassion is the best way to fuel self with love, to fuel others with love, and to stay in our direction, to stay on path. So like I said earlier, today was a day I really wanted to forgive myself. Forgive myself because I am growing and I am becoming uncomfortable with my own growth. And that is the truth. So when I make a mistake or I think a thought that is not in alignment with my growth, I become severely hard on myself. And this isn't going to honor my best version of self. We need to understand that we are divine beings. You see how I almost stumbled on saying divine there? We have to own our power, own who we are, validate who we are. Yes, we need love, right? We all know it starts within. We all know self-love starts within. It's starting to become a little bit cliche. Love yourself first before you love anybody else. Understand that we need love from others as well, right? That's innately a part of our survival, community, love, right? And if there's pure love with good intentions, authentic love with no strings attached, let's receive that love. You understand? Yes, it's sustainable to have our own system within ourselves, fueling ourselves. But we need community. We need love. I need love. You understand? I am an individual who is very much an individual. I beat to my own drum. I could be by myself for weeks upon a time. But I need love too. You understand? But when it's pure, authentic, no strings attached, right? To be able to give love is the same as to be able to receive love, right? We can give, but can you receive love? A lot of us can give, but a lot of us don't know how to receive. A lot of us can give love to others, but don't know how to give love to ourselves, right? And because we are growing, we're going to receive a lot of different sort of emotions. We're going to receive jealousy. We're going to receive a misunderstanding, and we're going to receive a lot of love. And we need to be able to receive it all and take it all in with compassion. Take it all in hindsight with love. Because we can transmute negativity into positivity, right? Someone throws us negativity, shake it off and give it back as love. You understand? That's love. We need to hold our vision. Hold on to our vision, right? To give up on our vision is to commit spiritual suicide, right? Our spirit is here for a reason. Our spirit is here to live out its purpose. Again, we all have a special gift coded into our DNA. And to give up on our vision, to give up on our heart, to give up on our purpose, to give up on our passions is to commit spiritual suicide, right? This is the very thing that's going to fuel ourselves. This is the very thing how we're going to be of service to the world, is by honoring our gifts, honoring our vision. Each one of us has a vision of our life. We get these downloads, I believe, from source, right? From a higher power, a universal power, whatever you like to call it. When we receive these downloads, when we receive these visions, these are our visions to cultivate and craft and bring them into existence, to share our light. Some of us have lost our light. Some of us have dimmed our own light, or others have dimmed our light. Others have made us feel insecure about ourselves. Others have put pressure onto us that made us feel less than because they were insecure of our power. Has that ever happened to you? Where someone tried to dim your light because you were so powerful and they feared you. But you didn't know that's what they were doing. They tricked you into actually thinking that you weren't worthy, that you weren't as powerful as them. So some of us have to reignite that light within us. We never lose our light. It's always there. We just have to spark it, right? And that just takes a little bit of a shift in perspective, right? We just have to fuel ourselves, give ourselves love, receive love, and make sure we're validating ourselves. Make sure we're not letting go of our visions, allowing ourselves to grow. You know how many times we just don't allow ourselves to grow because we're too comfortable in the space that we're in? We have to become comfortable with others being uncomfortable with our growth. We have to become comfortable with ourselves being uncomfortable with our growth. Because we're comfortable in this space right now, but we're supposed to grow. And we're like, well, if I grow, like, what's it going to look like? What's it going to be like? We have to honor our growth. We have to honor who we are becoming. We are stepping into our power. Not everybody's going to step into their power this year in 2020. Some of us are going to be too afraid. I hate to be like a negative Nancy, but that's just, it happens, right? There's a crossroads in life. Like sometimes we say everything happens for a reason. Yes, because sometimes we make a decision or a choice. Not sometimes, always. We make decisions and choices, and this decides which path we go down. And sometimes we make the wrong decision, but we learn from those decisions. But sometimes we're constantly repeating cycles. So how are we going to exit these cycles? Are you in a cycle right now that you just keep repeating year after year, year after year, year after year? Now's the time to step into power. Now is the time to notice these cycles and be like, how do I get out of this mind frame? How do I get out of this destructive mind frame? How do I grow? How do I honor my growth? How do I get rid of other people who aren't comfortable with my growth? Show them the compassion, but allow myself to nourish myself, feed myself, elevate, evolve, reinvent ourselves. You understand? Today was really a day I had to forgive myself. I feel like there's some of us out there who really need to forgive ourselves. Like, I'm going to take another moment again because I was hard on myself today, y'all. I was hard on myself today. We need to honor ourselves and understand that, hey, I'm an energy and I'm here. I'm here to be. I'm here to speak. I'm here to see. I'm here to feel. I'm here to hear you out. Right? Like, we are human beings. Just here to express. The forgiveness is so key. I feel just a heavy weight of emotion on me right now. My apologies if my thoughts are scrambled. My apologies if I'm ranting. Because today was a tough day. Making a video every day has been empowering. I've been connecting with people. It's difficult too. But it's difficult in a beautiful way. And I'm thankful that all of you receive my authentic, honest self. My quirky self, right? My excited self. My serious self. My forgiving self, right? Today was so many emotions. I just felt like they were annoying. I'm like, man, I don't even want to feel today. Like, I just felt so many things. And it'd be like that sometimes, you understand? But to feel is beautiful. You know, that's where creativity comes from. That's where expression comes from. There's a lot of growth happening right now. And I just feel like there's one or two people out there who are going to be, not one or two, a lot of us are going to be experiencing an immense growth. But we're going to be upset that others aren't receiving our growth. But I just wanted to say, let's give them compassion. And let's continue to stay focused on our vision. Because to give up on our vision is to commit spiritual suicide. And we're not about that. We're about thriving. We're about living up. We're about our liberty. We're about just being our best version of self. You understand? We're about being of service to the world by offering our unique energy and essence to this planet. Right? So you don't know in hindsight everything gonna be all right. I'm just gonna go reflect right now. I really need to reflect and just be with self right now. You already know we're powered by Ja. And it's a vibe thing. We'll definitely see you tomorrow.